This video is the first in a series I'm calling Jaw Droppers, where I want to feature albums that have put me in a trance and just left me slack-jawed while listening. The first album that ever truly made me realize I was in a trance was Animal Lover by The Residents. This album is profound, and it is definitely not for the lighthearted listener. It is as dark and disturbing as it is delightful and weird. From the first song all the way through, I just am captivated by the whole thing. I remember distinctly the first time I heard it because I was at work and I sat down at my desk. I had this email saying there was a stream of the album available, so I listened to it. I turned it on right about 2 o'clock, and then the next thing I remember, I looked at the time and it was 2:40, and I had just been sitting in the same place. Like I hadn't moved. The only thing I could tell was that my mouth was dry because I was breathing with my jaw hanging down and my mouth wide open. So it was really like a stunning listening experience. The first song is called On the Way to Oklahoma and seems to be about a man who transforms into a cat. He falls in love with a tiger, he finds himself hungry, and then decides to attack a dog and eat it. The lyrics and the vocals are in that kind of Residents style, like Hello Skinny, but it's highly digitized and highly harmonized. And I was so stunned by this song that I decided to have a party where I invited a bunch of friends over to listen, just so I could see their reactions to the first time we all heard it together. And I'm not joking, like for years after that party, I had friends who were still quoting the lyrics and singing the first few lines because it really like can make that kind of an impression.
On the way to Oklahoma, I turned into a cat. My true love was a tiger, I'm sure you can see that. I called the tiger Dolly, it was my mother's name. On the way to Oklahoma, I finally became sane. On the way to Oklahoma, a voice inside my mind demanded that my senses expand in space and time.
The second song is called Olive and Gray, which seems to be about a man who indecently exposes himself and then his victims stone him to death. I don't know where they get this stuff, but musically it's very complex. There's a lot of dissonance, a lot of layers, and there's this really creepy choir that kind of chants one of the verses. The song literally makes me tear up when I listen to it, not out of like some sort of resonance, but true fear. Like this song is terrifying and it strikes fear in me.
He wasn't dreaming when he started screaming.
He touched my penis and it went away.
Removing his pants, he held in his hand the shriveled up red he said was a fake.
He silently trained.
So guitarist Nolan Cook, he plays so beautifully all throughout the album, just a stunning performance. Molly Harvey's vocals are crystal clear, beautiful melodies, beautiful performance. The orchestration is all throughout the album. It's very rich, very dense, a lot of different instruments, and the recording quality is top-notch, which is not a standard feature for Residents albums. But make no mistake, this music is the stuff of nightmares. It is truly bizarre. And I don't want to forget the artwork on the album. It is definitely not safe for work, and I'm not even sure if it's safe for private consumption, but this is the 2-disc special edition, which has a very thick booklet on the inside featuring some very interesting artwork. But this product is definitely a product of its time in 2004. So all of this to say, This is one of my favorite albums of all time, and I hope that you pick it up. It is available digitally online, and you can still buy used copies of the CD, obviously. But it's got a very special place in my heart, probably for reasons that I never want to think about or try to understand. But I do hope that you pick up the album and you find it impactful in some way.